What's up everyone, Raptorizing here with another Strike Eagle video. Today we're flying close air support, protecting our troops that are guarding a border crossing. We're going to get this Strike Eagle started up, and we'll get on route to the target. Yeah, it's a good start on engine 1. Alright, we got good engine starts, our screens are configured. We're doing our alignment now. We're just waiting on that to complete, and then we'll taxi out. Alright, we are good to go. Everything's configured. Let's get rolling. Kind of bright out here, so let's turn our visor down. Nice little touch they added there in the Strike Eagle. I think the Harrier can do it too. Let's talk about our air-to-ground ordnance while we're taxiing out here. So on board, I've got 4 GBU-12s, a Mark 84, and a 6 CBU-97s. Now, the cool thing about, well, I guess depending on how you look at it, the cool thing to me about how Razbam set up the Strike Eagle is it... Alright, let's go to... It will not let you make illegal loadouts. So, in this case, because I have 6 CBU-97s on my left conformal fuel tanks, I am unable to load anything on the left wing pylon. Now, I still can use air-to-air missiles, but it would not allow me to put anything, period, on it. Dumb bombs, laser-guided bombs, etc., because of the release issues that they impose. Similarly, on the right-hand side, I've got 4 GBU-12s, and they are on the inboard and outboard conformal fuel tank stations. I was not able to load a laser-guided bomb on my right center pylon station. So it would allow me, however, to drop or load up a Mark 84, and so I opted for that. So we've got kind of a weird loadout, but believe it or not, it kind of balances pretty well, and I think it's a pretty good CAS loadout. So let's see how the Strike Eagle does compared to, say, you know, the A10 in a CAS roll. It's certainly got the legs for it. Maybe can't load her quite as well as an A10, but certainly better than a Viper. And you know, I think the biggest detractor is you don't get multiple types of weapons like you can in the A10. You know, it's one per station. In the Strike Eagle, it's whatever you have on one pylon, that's what you've got to load the rest of the way through. So I do feel having 4 GBU-12s, a 2,000-pound dumb bomb, and 6 cluster bombs is a pretty damn good CAS loadout. So I feel like it's going to work out pretty well for us. Okay, we're taking the active. Go ahead and put it in nav mode.
Springfield 1-1. Unable to clear for takeoff.
Go ahead and rotate. And airborne. Alright, starting our climb out. Get established at our altitudes. And once we get over to the bay here, we'll fence in. And despite the strange loadout, I'm doing very little trimming on this jet to keep it straight. So it is a pretty balanced loadout, ironically. Alright, let's get out there. Alright, just about feet wet. Let's go ahead and set everything up. Lights off, master arm on. That's pretty much everything we have to do in the front. Teapot on, laser armed, stores configured. And I didn't set up the back seat, so let's do that real quick. These 4 screens that they give you in the back, man, they just give you so much more SA. You can have just that much more information to go off of. I always feel like I have to sacrifice having the 2s up on the front seat, which is, you know, it's just a critical piece of hardware, so it's nice to have it all in front of me here. Alright, so 0.3 is our IP. Drop the brightness down on that. It's a little easier to see. So let's go ahead and switch air ground. And we'll put the T-pod on steer point 4, which is our target area. And keep the air-to-air radar up. Let's go ahead and turn in. Drop altitude. We'll get down to about 20,000 feet, I think. We'll start inspecting that area. See what we can find. So that itself right there is our border crossing. And just to the east is this little town here. Intel has shown that there's a bit of a staging area. And there's at least one SA-9 there. So we're going to persecute that target first and foremost. So that way we don't have to worry about being in its WES while we're trying to take out the advancing units. Just trying to get around this cloud that's in the way. It's right there. It's kind of hard to make out, but it is right there. So let's redesignate that. 40 seconds to release. Well outside of its WES at this altitude. At the bomb fall line. Right there, the flight path marker pretty nicely. Message from the troops. Glad you guys made it. We have an armored column approaching from the east. Gotta get them before they get to the border. 15 seconds. Pickle. Right on the money. I know it's really hard to make out, but right there where that guard tower is, there is a man pad, so go ahead and drop on this dude as well. That way we don't have to worry about being inside of any of their WESs, hopefully. Bombs away. Good laser. And impact. Alright, let's see about finding this convoy now. And while I'm here, let's see if I can get the wingman engaged as well. Oh, look at that. We found them pretty quickly. They're getting pretty close to that border. They're right underneath me right now, somewhere down there. And yeah, I'm a little too close to employ weapons now. So let's turn around. I've designated a spot ahead of the convoy, and then we'll persecute them. So it looks like we've got a Zeus right there, right in the front. We'll drop a GB-12 on those guys. Hopefully those track. And bombs away. Definitely want to make sure we're in point track mode. Let's see if we can get a good point track on that guy. Yep. Yes, good hit. Alright, switch to program 2. We've got our CBU 97s now. I have been having issues with the CB 97s in the Strike Eagle specifically. They are not super consistent. They seem to work okay at the default altitude, but not so much when you try to get it to a really high burst altitude. So the default's 700. I'm using 900, and let's see what happens. Got the target designated. We're rolling in. There they are. Bombs away. Okay, so that was pretty good. I will tell you, they have not been working like that for me, so maybe 900's the sweet spot, 900 feet. It looks like 2 is engaging some Hinds. He might need some help because he's not using his missiles, so let's see if we can help him out. Yeah, we've got 2 Hinds. Trying really hard to lock it up, but it's not locking. I can kind of see them. There we go. Yeah, Fox 3. Good hit. Good hit. Looks like 2 got the other. Kaboom! Yeah! Alright. With a flick of a button, I'm back in air to ground mode, ready to keep on getting it. Alright, so we're back. It looks like 2 is really getting at it too. So here, we're rolling. Let's see what happens with this release. Bombs out. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if I was too steep, but the bombs went straight into the ground, so worthless. Let's try another pass. Try not to be as steep this time around. That's the target I want. Bombs away. Got 1. I still have 3 of these things, but I gotta tell you, the efficiency that I expect out of these is not what I'm getting. Let's see, there's a tank there. I want to try to get that guy. That's going to be a pain in the butt to deal with otherwise. Let's try an auto release on this. Bombs away. Yeah, that was a complete miss, so I'm back to the inconsistency that I was experiencing before. And I've got 2 left, so I think there are 2 targets down there, but if I can't get this tank, we're going to be in real big trouble. I dropped that one just a little long. Let's see if anything good happens there. Okay, got the damn tank, so that's good. 1 CBU 87 left, or 97, excuse me. And you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm having consistency issues with this weapon, and it's affecting the ability of this aircraft to perform close air support, unfortunately. I think there's one more target there. Some dead vehicles. That might be it, actually. Yep, got it. Got the armor column. Great work. Oh, now we're getting an enemy infantry assault. That's a problem. This should be right below us, I think. They said they were coming out of that compound. So we will go with our Mark 84. See if we can get some of these grunts out of the way here. Let's go back to that point with the T-pod and we'll roll it back and see if we can spot those guys. I'm looking great on gas still. Okay. So there's the border. You'd see it's taking some damage. Follow this route to the compound. Yeah, look at that. There they are. Let's put a bomb right in the middle of the group. Roll in. A 2,000 pounder should really make them regret their decision here. Bombs away. Oh! See a lot of them laying down. Are there any up still? I can't tell if that guy's alive or not. Let's make a low pass and see if we can find him with the T-pod. Doesn't appear to me that they are moving. I'm trying to get lower altitude so I can see what's going on with the targeting pod, if any of them are standing up or whatever. That's a dead group though right there. These guys are all dead. Okay, just got word. That's it. The infantry assault is completed. Or unable to resume, I should say. They've asked me at this point to take out that staging area, do as much damage down there as I can, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll put it back in to that steer point. Let's locate that staging compound. Should be, here's up, getting it in the clouds, of course. There it is. So we've got a GBU 12 and a CBU 97 still. Let's go ahead and designate. I'll roll in on these tents here. Bomb's gone. Good hit there. We'll give it one CB97 for good measure. We'll attack from the borders position, try to get a lateral pass in. Or rather a parallel, I should say. We're going to come straight in at the same heading that the base is laid out in. And try to give this thing the most damage potential as possible. Okay, let's go ahead and rock in. Perfect. Their heading is great. I don't want to be too steep. We saw what happens. Bombs out. All right, target's hit. We're done here. That's RTB. Still over 16,000 pounds of fuel. Not concerned about trying to go get gas right now. I think we have plenty of fuel to get back to base. Okay, going back over the bay. We are feet wet. See Texaco down there. We don't need you. Alright, let's fence out. Okay, we're fenced out. And RTB. See on that bomb count line that Black Widow has seen some things in its day. Alright, let's go ahead and begin our descent. We'll be at Incirlik here very soon. Alright, we're getting lined up for our overhead break over Incirlik. Not time to check gear yet. I haven't started my break, buddy. Busy base. A lot of going on down there for sure. Alright, starting our break. Gear and flaps coming down. Okay, we're on our downwind leg. Three green, flap slide's good. Alright, turning to final. Might be a little high. That's alright, we can correct that pretty easily.
Springfield 1-1. Check landing gear. Wind 080 at 3 meters per second. Runway 05.
Wonderful.
Low altitude. Low altitude.
Actually feel like it was a really good overhead brake. Probably my best one yet. Idling. Kick out the air brake. Flaring. And the most gentle landing ever. Get our aero brake on. Yeah, that was just a brilliant landing. I feel really good about that one. Shutdown complete. So, is the Strike Eagle a good CAS asset? Yeah, absolutely. Look how much gas I still have. I could have loitered for a lot longer. We could have been there doing a lot more if we needed to. So, yeah, the Strike Eagle is badass. The only thing that I would say is a problem right now is the inconsistency with the cluster bombs. It seems like the dumb bombs do really well, but there's something with the radar altimeter fusing on the CBU 97s and 87s that are just preventing them from being even better. You have to compensate a little bit too much for things you just can't really predict. So, other than that, mission in complete success. We bagged ourselves a hind, the armored column, and the staging area, as well as all of those infantry that were pushing last-minute assault. So, Strike Eagle's the one. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Let me know if you concur with my thoughts or what you think in the comments below. Please do consider leaving a like and a subscribe. That really helps me out, guys, and I appreciate everyone who has so far. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Raptor out.